All right, we should be good to go. Hello, welcome to EMP.Money. This is our daily live AMA and detonator rollover. Hello to all of you on YouTube. Let me know if you can hear me all right. If you can, great. If you can't, then somebody interrupt me. But we should be good to go now. Again, apologies. Running a little bit behind. We've had some awesome volume in the last 20 minutes, and we're looking really, really strong. We have regained PEG again. We're at 1.01. We may fluctuate up and down over the course of this AMA, so don't get discouraged if we do. But things are looking really healthy. I mean, to even be close to, one, it's amazing, especially under the market conditions. So we'll go into more of that in a minute. Let me pull up Detonator before it's too late, as we're almost there already. So we have a 10-minute countdown, and let me pull it up. Give me 1 minute.
And I think overall, EMP ETH LP has grown by about 3,000 LP over the last 24 hours or so.
Awesome, Bull. Yeah, the liquidity is looking really good. I think people are finally, getting a little more comfortable. Again, this may not be the bottom. We may have, one more dump. But we're the upside potential is a lot more than the downside. So yeah, we're looking great. All right, let me pull up EMP, the detonator. Here we go. All right, there she is, looking amazing, better than ever. Again, Detonator is continuing to grow. For those of you that are new, Detonator is our guiding light. It's a daily ROI contract where you deposit EMP ETH LP. It adds locked liquidity into our protocol, and you're able to earn about 1% on that a day. Right now, it's been more than 1%. We've had a lot of volume. Again, those that always give me a hard time about bursts and 1% above and below. The last 3 days has been above 1% for sure. So we're doing really good. Everything's looking super solid. We already have a pretty big snipe that came in. We give away 1% of the overall pool to the largest depositor of the day and 1% of the overall pool to a random lottery winner. So it's a lossless lottery, meaning you still get credit for your deposit no matter what. But this is a special bonus on top if you're the lucky winner. So right now the largest deposit is 187 LP, and we'll see if that holds up. But we've grown by at least about 30 new users today already. We'll see if that grows by the end of the countdown. Again, 48,203 LP. Let's see if we can break 49 today with some last minute volume. So make sure that you're compounding and again, getting credit for those last minute tickets. And hopefully you're a winner. So good luck to all of you. Again, things are looking really great. ETH has been on a little bit of a pump. Markets are stabilizing, and we have regained PEG. We have to get over 1.01 to print in the boardroom, and remember that it has to be for the time weighted average price as well. The TROP again, it may not catch up in time by the boardroom print for this current epoch. If none of this is making sense to you, then please take our academy, and that will teach you how to learn to maximize your profits. So, again, don't get discouraged if we miss this print, or if we go back below peg. The fact that we're even close to peg is super bullish. I can think of literally two or three projects out of the entire DeFi realm, no matter what chain it is, whether it's an all of DeFi period that are even close to peg. So we're looking incredible. So yeah, Bull, how are you today, my co-host? Bull.
Oh man, I'm awesome. The weather here couldn't be any more perfect, and the system's super healthy. I think the community's held really strong, even though the market's been in disarray and is kind of finding its place again. And always the community is super awesome here. Just so strong emotionally, and no panic here. Everybody is just, the ship's right here because of the captain. So there you go, AJ.
No doubt, brother. Well, again, no expectations of profit from the work of others, but I'm happy to be a source of knowledge and a guiding light under some uncertain times. And we've seen that. I know a lot of our larger holders pulled out to, again, figure out what's going to happen with the market. And about an hour ago, we had $100,000 buy back into EMP from a good whale. So if you were that good whale, we appreciate you. Thanks for sticking around. And now they've built a great position while ETH is down. So again, that's why we always recommend to DCA and accumulate your LPs while the price of ETH is low and the price of Ethereum, both ETH and EMP are low. So yeah, awesome. All right, we got about 3 minutes left. Or
Can I
going,
make a quick
yeah,
function comment again?
yeah. Go ahead, Bull.
So just Okay, thank you, AJ. Just so everybody knows, if you have your hand raised, I will message you to tell you, you're up after a particular person. So check your DMs if you have your hand up, just so I know that you are listening and hear the rules, so that I can go ahead and unmute you. Otherwise, you might feel like I'm not listening or looking at your hand, but I am.
Perfect. Yes, sir. And again, we'll do a full breakdown of questions after this. We just need to get through the rollover. Again, volume's looking good. We have about 200. There's another nice rollover or deposit, so we're at 273 LP added within the last 5 minutes here, and we'll see if we get some last minute volume in Detonator. Looking really good. Again, we're giving away, even with the price of ETH down, we're giving away about 70 grand in prizes today, which is just so epic. No other protocol is able to offer these sort of rewards. If you do win the lottery, it is automatically rolled over into your earnings. So you're not able to dump on all of our heads, but it's actually better for you as the winner because you actually earn 365% on your winnings. So again, the ecosystem is really healthy, and when we see ETH recover, your earning is going to double or triple from a dollar value perspective. So, all right, 1 minute and 30 seconds. I'll do a 1 minute warning and a 30-second countdown. Again, make sure you're compounding, getting credit for all those last minute tickets. We did update the contract to have a higher gas limit. Again, that's just a gas limit, not the actual gas fee. So we've had a lot less complaints about failed transactions, and really it shouldn't be much of a difference in the actual fee that is taken. It's just the maximum of what can be taken. So if you're having issues still, make sure you have enough BNB in your wallet. And again, if you have a smaller bag, there's some other strategies to be more gas effective. So, but most of you shouldn't be having any issues. All right, here we go. 45 seconds. We'll do a 30-second warning. Good luck, everyone. If you are a winner, please feel free to jump on, celebrate with us. We'd love to hear from you. And let's see if that 187 largest depositor holds up. 30 seconds. 25 seconds.
There's a snipe.
20 seconds. There's one snipe. Nice. 266. Will that hold up? Here we go. Good luck, everyone. 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Is 266 going to take it?
That wallet is bad, if you catch my drift.
That is a bad wallet. BAD. Yes, sir. Let's see if they take it home.
They are the winner.
All right. Congrats to them. Hell yeah. What an awesome wallet ending. Man, you could probably sell that wallet. All right, killer guys. Here we go. All right, let me refresh. Lots of
Well, you
last minute
certainly
volume.
can now, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, when we launch our new encapsulated NFTs, Yeah, for sure. Then you won't have to worry about selling a wallet. All right, let me go ahead and refresh. Awesome Bull. So yeah, that looks like 266 did take it. Another awesome day at EMP and the detonator. Over 800 LP entered the contract within the last about 15 minutes. So again, another all-time high yet again on our contract. So 48,779 LP. I think we'll break 49 tomorrow. And yep, everything looking really healthy. We're growing again only, and I say only, 2,429 participants in Detonator. Again, other contracts have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. So we have a lot of room to grow. So, all right, hopefully, yeah,
AJ, can
go
you
ahead, Bull.
address
Yeah,
something quickly? I see
yeah.
a couple of questions that are similar on Discord and here, and it has to do with Yield Wolf. Somebody's saying like, where did the EMP ETH farm go, and are new deposits disabled in Yield Wolf?
Yeah, so I saw that.
Um,
I saw that right before I jumped on.
okay,
I don't have any idea about that right now.
okay,
It was
okay.
working. I checked it earlier today, and it seems to be working. It may be an issue on Guild Wolf's end, but I would go ahead and jump on their Discord and ask them. But I'll look into it as soon as I get off the AMA. But yeah, earlier today everything was functioning. So, all right. Let me go ahead and pull up my desktop. So again, Detonator's amazing, and and that's really all you need to know, right? No, the whole ecosystem is amazing. So let me go ahead and jump into questions. I'll pull up my notes and my screen. One moment.
It is working for me, so the Yield Wolf is functional for me. I can't I don't know why it's not working for the user, but
Yeah, let me check it too while I got you. Bull, you want to go into the first? Or let me just say real fast. So, again, as far as updates, we had a very massive AMA yesterday with a lot of alpha. And for those of you that want some updates, I would say definitely go back and listen to that AMA on YouTube or in our Telegram. So that was really a lot of updates. Nothing really new today, just continuing to grind in the background. This week will be a big week. We should be able to announce our sister project on the Pulse chain this week. So that's really exciting. We're finalizing all of our economics today and tomorrow. That's what I was working on the most of today. Was just getting our economics solidified. And we'll have a white paper or a light paper that will give all the relevant info, but realize it's going to be rolled out in phases because we're not even able to migrate or launch a new contract until Pulse is actually live on mainnet. And there's also going to be a lot of growing pains with them. They have to have their bridges figured out, and we're in the process of that. So we are planning to be the first algo project on Pulse Chain. But it may not be literally the minute that the chain is live. So, but we will start building all of our socials. I can't wait to show you guys what we have, and you're gonna love the name. So it fits within our brand, and it's really bullish. So, and again, those of you holding EMP and eShare, those of you that are in the ecosystem already are going to benefit the most from this project. So again, I'll tell you how we're gonna do it when we're ready. But we have it all figured out, and it's really exciting. So, all right, that's a little update on that. Um, uh, we are almost done. Again, I hate to say almost done because I'll never give a deadline that we cannot meet. But the UI is looking really, really good. So we're getting really close on that. I've tentatively said the end of the month. I think that we're gonna hit that. And again, if not, it'll be really close. But I'll never release a deadline that we don't meet. So when we're ready and have everything ready to roll and tested, again, we'll announce that. And then the last thing was uh, our exchange. So, yeah, a lot of you didn't even know that we are on some exchanges. We are listed on CoinTiger. That was our first centralized exchange, and about 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago now probably, we announced that we solidified a deal with another exchange, centralized exchange. That is still confirmed. We just had to wait for them to announce it from their end first. And with the crypto apocalypse or Mother's Day massacre, everything was really delayed. And again, we are still delayed. So there is an announcement with that coming, but we will be on another centralized exchange that is super bullish for the long-term growth of EMP. So, yeah, those are all my updates. All right, Bull, go ahead, brother. We can start taking
It's
your
like
questions. Yeah.
okay, man. It looks like the yield wolf issue is resolved according to the channel here. So I'm going to go to YouTube, and this question is from Marvelous. What effect does the bond have on PEG when people sell off their bonds? Will we see a battle for it to stay above PEG?
I mean, yeah, so there always is the battle to be above and below peg, but that is how the system operates. So that's really healthy. I mean, there are mechanics in place there are mechanics in place to keep us above and below peg. And so, yeah, I mean, we may see it go up and down. How bonds really fits into that is the idea of buying bonds and why they become available after we're below peg is so that you actually use fresh capital to buy EMP, and then use that EMP to go into bonds. So um, because we have nodes and other options that again, I hate to compare them and say one is better than the other, but if you're just using your liquid EMP to go that you already have to just go into bonds, that really doesn't have the same effect as buying bonds off of the market. So that's a really important distinction. Again, bonds are there to incentivize new purchases as well as locking it up. But if you already have the EMP, then and you go into bonds, it's not as impactful. So on the flip side of that, again, when we're over peg, you're able to redeem your bonds. I think people get a little too trigger happy and want to redeem their bonds too soon. Remember, if you just redeem your bond when we're 1.01, right when you're able to, you're not really getting a bonus at all. So it defeats the purpose. The idea is that you're going to hold on to your bonds until we're much farther over peg, so you get a large incentive and are able to redeem those bonds for a lot more. And again, once you redeem the bonds, just like any other boardroom print or anything else, selling EMP is a last resort. I mean, again, you're only hurting yourselves by dumping EMP. You're going to use that EMP to participate in the ecosystem and earn more ESHARES. And again, that's why we say farm ESHARES because then you can get an appreciating asset for literally not having to buy it. So right now we're at 1,200 bucks on eShare. They get their value when the ecosystem is functioning. So don't flood your own bags or hurt your own bags by dumping EMP. So yeah, you want to elaborate on that, Bull, a little bit, or?
I don't think I could say it any better. I mean, that's very clear,
All
and it's
right, awesome,
the total explanation, man.
perfect. So there you go. That's what we have in regards to bonds.
Looks like the person that won Snipe was a first-time depositor, so I think they're trying to get him to come into the channel here.
Oh
Oh,
hell yeah.
okay. I'm gonna go ahead and unmute him here. I gotta find. Dave, if you're there, can you raise your hand so that I can see you? I can't find you on my list here. Do you see a Dave on your list?
I don't.
Ah, there he is. Hey, congrats, Dave. You're unmuted, bro.
Dave, you there? Go ahead, brother. You're our sniper for today.
You'll have to unmute yourself, though, Dave. There you go. We can't hear you if you're speaking. You are unmuted from your end too. So
Oh, I think they're trying. I can't barely hear it though. All right, well we can come back to Dave. Dave, if you can get your mic figured out, we'd love to hear from you, brother. So congrats on the sniper. Again, that was a pretty good deal today. 266. That's one of the lower snipes. So, you never know when the opportunity is going to arise. And, that's why those that are involved and paying attention can get some great opportunities.
okay, there. I just unmuted it. It looks like there's two screen names, but they're the same thing.
Do we have him? Dave? Come in, Dave. All right.
Well, let's. I
Yeah,
guess
we can circle back.
Momo's the honorable.
Yep, we'll circle back through.
Ah,
So,
okay.
all right, awesome. If they're available later, we'd love to hear from them. I think someone said the actual screen name is Alf Stewart, not Dave. I don't know.
No,
We'll
they,
find
they
out.
they both share the diamond hands like avatar picture. So it is
Okay.
that was a confusing piece. So Dave is still unmuted, but we can't hear you yet, bro. So we'll just wait on.
All right. Yep. If he wants to jump in, he can. So, all right. Is there any other questions or comments that you have, Bull? And Dave can interrupt us when he's available.
No, I mean, I don't. I don't think there's anything I can add. I mean, like I said, everybody in the community is super strong, and we know what everybody kind of needs to do. And it looks like Peg is climbing up that staircase again. And when we get there, that'll be great. But the community obviously is battle tested already, and they've responded. And it's just hard to say like the community does really everything right here. So um,
It's true.
it's hard to educate them anymore. Like so, I mean, I'm really happy to be part of the community, and it's a great thing because you're in a community like this. You're always learning, something. If it's not about the ecosystem, it's about the people here, and a lot of great people, smart people, compassionate people, and people that kind of got each other's back, and that's how DeFi and crypto should be.
Absolutely, Bull. No doubt. We've assembled an amazing group. It's an awesome tribe that we have here, and some of the smartest people that I've ever met in DeFi, and like you said, the most compassionate as well. So, yeah, it's really something awesome and something special. So, and yeah, I mean, again, just to reiterate some things, I know that we always, talk about PEG and how important PEG is, but again, I don't want any of you to be discouraged. The fact that we're even close to PEG should be a celebratory thing. So the markets are still super volatile. I mean, this is like one of the most crazy times in crypto, and I've been here a long time. So again, I just don't want anybody to get super excited either way. Meaning, you get euphoric when we're over peg, then someone dumps and we go below, and now you just, you don't want to stick around because you don't have the long-term vision. If you don't, that's fine. And again, those of us that do have the long-term vision, we should be excited about that more than anything because we need these dips to shake out the weak hands. And if you see a large dump in EMP, think about it in a different way. Think about it as, your ownership of the protocol is actually going up by these people and the bad actors leaving. So, again, I just want to talk about the psychology behind it all really fast, and that's a really important part of it. I mean, crypto is definitely a psychological game. So don't let someone FUD you out of your bags. I mean, we're intentionally pegged to the second largest crypto. ETH is not going anywhere. Again, I mean, we could see a 3 or 4x by the end of the year, let alone where we're going to be, multiple years from now. So if you're bullish on ETH and you're bullish on crypto, EMP is the best place to be. And even if you're not bullish on ETH, we have many other ways to earn in the ecosystem that rely on the APRs rather than price appreciation. So it's really a win-win no matter how you look at it. But all right, that's my
Yeah.
little rant. But yeah,
Yeah, man, it's win-win all over the place. Like all the different pieces you guys have built for the community to use, right? The partnerships that you have with the autovaults, um, obviously, like those are awesome because they're super easy ways to protect the peg. And if you want to be paid to learn, I'll credit Joe on that. Uh, that is a perfect expression of what the auto vaults are, and what I mean by that is you can put your EMP ETH LP in there if you don't feel comfortable or you don't think you're going to have the time to learn how to move stuff around and sell eShare or put it in the boardroom. If and you just don't feel maybe 100% comfortable, but you want to be in the space, those auto vaults are the perfect place to put that EMP ETH LP because it's going to help the system overall. You're going to see that daily gain, and you're going to have time to learn while the system is earning for you.
absolutely, Bull. And again, we've seen that in action. If you look at the chart, you can see this constant stair step of regaining pay. Back when we were really low, relatively, when I say really low, I mean, most other forks were at like, point 0.3, point 0.2. The lowest we ever went was like 0.96. So again, that alone is super bullish, and you can see from when we hit our low about 3 or 4 days ago that we've slowly done this stair stepping up, and that is a lot. A lot of it has to do with the auto vault volume. So again, the auto vaults are so important because they automatically sell your eShare rewards and accumulate more EMP LP. So that's fresh buying capital on the market and positive price pressure on EMP. So and that's again, you don't have to do anything. You just put it in there and you let it run. So again, AutoVault's really popular. We're partnered with the big four. Again, Yield Wolf, Beefy, Auto Farm, and Magik Finance. We've been putting a big push towards Magik. I had a great conversation with their devs yesterday as well because they offer an additional burn mechanic on EMP, which is huge. Again, and it's not a fee that you or I have to take. It's actually a part of the fee that the platform takes. So you're still able to earn the same amount. It just helps EMP in the back end even more. So yeah, a lot more coming out with Magic. They're awesome guys, and we're excited to be involved with them. Grape is another one. They're another project that we again have been working with on the back end. So the projects that make it through this bear market and this volatility and come out on the other side are the projects that are going to be here for the long run. And EMP is leading the way with all of that. So really exciting times.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect, man. Perfectly said, AJ. I throw one thing in there. Because we have such an awesome community, I do encourage people to go check out like the partners that AJ had just mentioned, because all of those people have, or all of those platforms have actually invested in the EMP ecosystem. So, at the very least, take the opportunity to, go check out their community, see what their products have to offer, and what their teams are giving those communities, because we always want to be supportive of other communities and projects and teams that are supporting us. And I think that's just a good mantra in life, is to always be good to everybody that you can, but especially try to look out for those people that are looking out for you.
Yep. Well said, Bull. 100%. All right, brother. Do you have any more questions on deck, or it's a light
Yeah, we
day
do. We have
today? I know Sundays are usually light, but yeah, go ahead, brother.
yeah, man. It's Captain Kirk looks like he has a question.
Hello, hello, hello.
There he is. Kirk, how are you, brother?
Hey, good man. How are you?
Good, bro. Good. We're looking
Good.
solid. Peg has recovered. We're bouncing around. We're in the Zen phase right now. I know anything between 1 and 1.01 is the Zen phase, and so yeah, we're right there, brother. Things are looking really healthy. So
I know it's amazing. I feel very zen. I've felt zen this entire time. Like you said,
perfect. Yeah,
we went down just a touch below peg and just sat there. It was a beautiful thing to watch. While I was looking at other websites down at 50, and you know, just amazing.
for
So
sure.
well done you, and well done everybody else. I actually didn't have a question. I just had a quick announcement. The contest that I was running has ended. The 1LP contest on the detonator video, and so I did the drawing, and the winners know. I was actually happy. Out of the three winners, we have two ladies that won. And that was
Awesome.
Tatiana and our own Stephanie Nikolic won. Came up on the random poll. So, and then the third winner was cool. Forgetting the name now. I'm trying to look it up in the list. Cool Dr. Money. Sorry, Cool Dr. Money. So Cool Dr. Money, Tatiana and Stephanie won 1 LP each. Hopefully they will throw that into the detonator and get their 6 tickets tomorrow. And so that was my announcement for today.
Awesome, Kirk. Heck yeah, that's awesome, man. Thank you for putting that together, and congrats to the winners. That's exciting, and I know you've been pumping out content left and right. I know we're gonna again. There'll be a lot of YouTube coverage on our new. I haven't released the name yet, but our new Pulse project, and yeah, Kirk, I'm sure you're gonna do some coverage of that as well. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, my brother. I will, and I'm happy to do so. And thanks for giving me all these opportunities. And thanks for everybody on the really nice comments about the videos.
Absolutely, man. Awesome. All
Hey,
right.
hey, AJ, I'm
Yeah.
in the building. What's
Jesse's
going on,
here.
AJ?
What's up, Jesse? Go ahead,
What's
bro.
going
Just like
on?
right on cue, bro. Go ahead, man. How are
All
you
right, so
today?
listen. Oh man, I'm doing good. I had a really good day today. Um, so listen, I just want to put this out there that we're getting close to peg, and obviously I encourage everybody to do the right thing. I mean, I demand it of our community, but there will be bad actors. There will always be temptation to do the wrong thing. Remember, there's tiers to our community. Once a month, AJ puts out a invitation to VIPs where you submit your address. So, I mean, we don't get anything special from getting in there, but if you know AJ like I do, he likes to take care of people that are taking care of him, and taking care of him is taking care of the project. So I'm sure, we could probably think of some bounce some perks off of them, down the road that makes sense, that keep it fair for everyone. But you're
For
gonna want
sure.
to try to get into that VIP group. And then obviously further past that is the army. So they're I love everyone equally, but there is tiers to our community, and rising through those tiers, is responsibility and commitment to our community. So I just want to put that out there that if you have temptation, you could be shooting yourself in the foot, because them VIP invitations will come out, and if you haven't done the right thing, you're going to be hesitant to submit that address. So, and it's a whole other Discord where you might get a little early access to some alpha. So I just want to put that out there.
Absolutely, Jesse. No doubt, bro. And yeah, again, guys, we open up the VIPs every about once a month, and it's not to say we're here to say what you can and can't do. Everybody is welcome to play the game however they see fit. That's the beauty of crypto. But we do support the ones that support us the hardest. So again, the VIP group, the army, they're the ones that are going to get the early access to not only our own sister projects, but also, other, partnerships that we put together. They get first dibs. So, and really, again, it's just a matter of, supporting those that support us. So, it's not a crazy unfair advantage, especially in regards to like, the earning potential on EMP itself. It's more about the other opportunities that are brought to us. And, yeah, I mean, what better way to be rewarded for doing the right thing? Because doing the right thing actually it makes you more money in the long run. So
Right, and listen, and I was just gonna say
yeah,
that
totally, bro.
if I haven't said it, yeah, if I haven't said it many times before, or this is you're a first time listener, I mean, doing the right thing is gonna make you the maximum amount of money. I mean, all you have to do is really sit down and do the math and understand that, you know, like I say all the time, man, don't step over $1 to pick up a dime. Don't shortchange yourself. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of passive. It's a passive income project. There's gonna be a lot of passive income to make, no matter how small of a bag you're starting with or what your goals are. You know what I'm
Pennywise,
saying? If
dollar
we all
foolish.
work together, they're gonna be achieved.
Hey Jesse.
Couch, what's going on, my dude?
Yeah. So we called that we said like a Pennywise, dollar foolish.
Yeah. I mean, if there's too much bad acting going on, we're gonna stop collecting wallet addresses. I'm gonna start collecting real addresses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go, Jesse. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
No, but really, it's a beautiful thing that we all work together and we all win together. I mean, it's and I encourage anybody. I encourage anyone. Speak up, man. Participate. Get involved. I mean, I'm not an OG. I'm not a veteran. You know what I'm saying? These guys welcome me with open arms. You know what I'm saying? If you have something that you could bring to the table, bring something to the table, even if it's just a voice. You know what I'm saying? Something you might say might encourage somebody else to get in the project or do the right thing in the project. You know what I mean? Bounce some ideas off of us. A closed mouth don't get fed. If you have a question, you know what I'm saying, we're going to do our best to have an answer. And I don't never hear anybody giving them unbelievable answers like AJ does. So, I definitely encourage, this is one of the best communities to get involved in.
Amen, Jesse. Much love, brother, always. And yeah, it's so
Yeah,
true. I
I
mean,
love you.
we do this. This is why we do what we do. Again, I know it's another thing I always say. We explain why we do what we do. I mean, no other project is doing daily AMAs, and it's for a reason. I mean, I don't want to say they don't have good intentions, but if if your favorite project is not doing AMAs, you need to ask them why. Like, I'm busy as hell. I'm consulting with Jake. We have an awesome team, but I'm putting in the effort, and there's no reason that other team leads can't be putting in the effort. And again, I bring it up because I think that alone shows what we're trying to build here, and the support of not only the community, but the team as well. So yeah, absolutely, Jess, absolutely, bro. Always good to hear from
It's a
you.
really big deal. It's a really big deal. It really is a really big deal, man. Like I say all the time, this is where the community is really built. I mean, the chats are great, but this is like DeFi dinner time, man. This is where we become family.
That's great, man. Great line.
It is. There you go. That'll be the name of the podcast. DeFi dinner time. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's put it up on Apple Store, whatever we got to do. I don't know. Yeah. So, all right.
Hey,
Awesome.
we got Kirk's winner, Cool Dr. Money, had his hand raised, ready to go, and then after that, Pro Degen is on deck.
All right. Perfect. Cool, Dr. Money. Go ahead, brother.
Hey, happy Sunday, everybody. Just wanted to say thanks to Kirk for the prize. That's awesome. And I certainly like your thought of throwing it into the detonator, see if I can parlay that to even more LPs. So I'm excited for that. Thank you. And, Kirk, you guys know Kirk has some awesome videos, but he's also a big help in the Telegram. I had some questions about nodes, and Kirk was the one that answered them for me. So thank you for that also, Kirk. I've been wanting to take advantage of these low prices, and I was looking into nodes, and it just seems to me like no, when you get a node, you're getting really four for the price of one. And right now they're discounted on top of that. So it's an unbelievable deal in my opinion. I just had some questions and Kirk answered me, so I got my first two nodes. So So just thanks. I love EMP, love the community, love the leadership. It's the best thing going. So thank you all.
Thanks, brother. Glad to have you as a first-time caller. And how did you hear about us? Did you find us through Kurt? I've seen you around, so I know your avatar. But how did you originally hear about EMP? Just out of curiosity.
No, I first heard about it through one of Crypto Mike's videos. So yeah, that was my introduction, and then I
Awesome.
just started listening to the AMAs, which I know Jesse's talked a lot about, education and listening to the AMAs, and I couldn't agree more. I listened for about 2 weeks before I did anything, so I could understand, and then I got in on the detonator, and I won the snipe that day, and so I got off to a really good start, and I wouldn't have known how to do it if it wasn't for the AMAs. So, but yeah, Crypto Mike's video got me in.
Awesome. Glad to hear it. So yeah, I know Mike's been super busy working on another project that again we've alluded to it a few times over the last few days, but he'll be around this week for sure. And awesome. Well, again, brother, glad to have you here, and thanks for being an active member and showing up.
You got it. Thanks, AJ.
All right, cool,
Man,
Dr.
that's
Money.
an awesome
Yeah, man.
story, and thanks to Kirk, because honestly, I didn't even know he had a YouTube channel. So that's awesome.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, who is that? Who is that Kirk guy? Yeah.
Who's Bull?
Anybody
What?
anybody that hasn't subscribed, and liked videos on Kurt, if you could pop that up in the TG right now, I'm trying to push everybody over there. Even though if you understand the detonator and you don't need the education from the video, it just helps the algorithm and it makes a big deal bringing new people in.
Yeah, Jesse, thanks. And that's right. I mean, I've got like 4 or 5 different videos now, not just detonator, but yeah, it's also helpful to EMP in general. So, which is why I'm doing it. I mean, it's fun for me to do, but I really just want to help the community as much as I can. It was really nice to hear Cool talk about that, and I'm glad I could help with nodes because nodes rule. And yeah, totally couldn't agree more. I'll throw my channel here, or my YouTube channel in the Telegram right now for anybody that hasn't checked it out. Jump on in there, and thanks.
Yes, post that for sure, Kirk. And we're working on too on Discord. We're gonna have a running list of literally all the coverage and all the YouTubers that have covered us from day one. So I know Joe and Red and Charlie, they're putting that together over on Discord. That'll be a whole separate room that you can literally follow all the YouTubers that have covered us. And if you are a YouTuber or maybe you want to start. I mean, again, Kirk and Bull, both of them they built their channels on EMP. And I know a lot of successful drip YouTubes, and you can really build a brand around these projects, and we'd love to see that happen with all of our community members, and we'll support you along the way because it's supporting us and your bag. So yeah, killer.
Right. So embarking on the YouTube journey, you already got a big community behind you. So, but if you're not going to do that, please take the small amount of time. I mean, it's super valuable to you. You know what I'm saying? And don't never think that your little contribution, your one like or whatever, don't make a difference, because if we all think that way, then there's no likes on the videos. But if we all think that way, then there's a whole bunch of them. And, I want everyone to win. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, even the guy that's out there lost and don't even know nothing about EMP yet, I already care about him. We just need to find a way to get him here. We need to pump them algorithms.
So true. Yep, no doubt. So, all right, we got a pro DJ up next, right? There he is. Speaking of Discord, bro, you've been killing it on Discord, man. So yeah, how are you, bro?
I appreciate that, man. Just trying to help out. Everybody that's a part of this project is killing it right now. Shout out to LA for the medium and the her work that she does with the YouTube timestamps.
Yes, totally.
Super helpful, man. So appreciate that. I just want to kind of touch on that. Y'all talking about the algorithms. the Discord, we have a Twitter raid section, and it's geared towards that. You know, everyone like taking a second out of the day to go like or retweet or like a YouTube video or anything that's EMP related really boosts the algorithm. No one understands it, but I mean, it's super powerful. So we're doing that over there. There's going to be a future giveaway. I already have it all planned out. Just got to figure out the prize at the moment, and then yeah, we're good to go there. But just think about it, guys. Take that one small second to invest in your investment. That's all I got to say. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, bro. No doubt, bro. And again, thanks for all you do. You know, you're a perfect example, man. What you're doing does not go unnoticed, and you know, Jesse can attest to it. A lot of the other Army members can attest to it. You know, if our community is putting in the work, we see you, and you know, the fruits of your labor. Not only does it, like I said earlier, help your own bag, but the fact that you know, dive in without ever asking for anything in return other than just being helpful. You know, those are the Army members, and those are the hardcore members that we want to support. So yeah, man, keep up the great work, bro, and we do appreciate it.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you guys as well.
Awesome. All right, so yeah, go over to Discord, show Pro DGen some love. Again, Machine Chan, Joe, Red, Charlie. They're all of our Discord mods, and again, I'm trying to give Discord more love. I'm a Discord noob, so I'm over there, but I need to be over there more. Again, those of you in Telegram, I know the peg dance. I've seen a lot of comments lately about peg and all those crazy memes. So I mean, that's just part of our culture. If it offends you or it's too much for you to deal with, not a problem at all. Go over to Discord again, and you're probably gonna get more one-on-one attention in Discord anyway. So if you're new, that would be a great place to start. And if not, then Telegram is the pub or the party area, and Discord's the library. I love that analogy, but yeah, I mean, we have an option for everybody. So and again, LA has been killing it. So even if you don't want the social interaction, or you're just here to learn, you can do our academy, or you can go through all of our Medium articles that literally will spell everything out for you and answer all the questions that you would ever need. And our docs. I mean, we have a whole section on the website, our docs section, that is literally like the white paper of the entire protocol. So there's plenty of ways to learn. You just got to put in the effort. But those of you that do put in the effort, you're going to maximize your earnings for sure. So, all right, awesome. Bull, who else we got, brother? Go ahead.
MR is on deck, ready to go, I believe.
MR, what's up, brother? Go ahead.
What's up, AJ?
How are you, man?
I'm just
you're having a party, bro.
Mexico, we got a bit of a party going on here, but I just want to say, well done to the community. Push us above peg. It's a big achievement. The first algo back above peg after this giant fucking fiasco. But we are absolutely killing it. She's looking good, and I want to say well done.
No doubt, brother. I love it. That's the beauty of crypto, man. That's why it can. EMP is a passive income play. Yeah, we have price appreciation with exposure to Ethereum, but at the end of the day, it's about sitting at passive income so you can be on the beach in Mexico partying while you join our AMA and conversation. So,
well, the other thing, brother, the other thing is we've got like the largest scandal of like the algo coin collapsing, right? And the amount of billions of dollars tidying up to that was huge, and I feel for everyone that lost money in it. But the thing is, that just shows how powerful DeFi is, and DeFi ain't going nowhere,
For sure, brother. Yep. Absolutely. So yeah, no doubt. Again, it's a shame that what happens, and it shows that again, DeFi is an interesting animal, put it that way. But for sure, and again, I mean, that's why we always preach diversification. You should never be all in on any project, even ours. I'll be the first to tell you, don't ape. We've been really responsible in that manner. And again, what other protocol is going to tell you not to ape in and to learn first? But we do it on purpose because we want you to be here for the long run. We don't want people just, jumping in, buying a node, and then dumping rewards, because once they're done, they're done. That's it. They're out of the system. So, again,
That's right. That's right, man. We wanted to live on EMP Island, not Rex City.
there you go. Perfect. Yeah, with MR on the beach, collecting his paycheck while partying. I love it, man. Hell yeah.
Thanks, guys. Keep doing what you're doing.
All right, brother, you got it. So there you go. If that's not a testimonial, I don't know what is. I love it. So awesome, Bull.
Hey,
Yep.
AJ,
Yeah.
could I make a comment on something that cool Dr. Money touched on? And
Yeah.
thank you for him for jumping on and thanking Kirk for his contest and everything. That's great. That's community supporting community. So
For sure. Go ahead, bro.
I did want to highlight on that idea that everything that the market is reduced in price, right? And the nodes are a 4x over time, and they've been down almost 2x or a little less than that. So it's not just a 4x; it's a 6x or maybe a 7 to 8x, and that's not even counting where EMP is headed to the future. So that's just the bare minimum, and the ability to get into the system right now is it's low. So just encourage everybody to, take the opportunity to explore what's here, what's in front of you. If you're just hearing, you're just new. And like AJ said, don't ape in. Because we want you here for the long term. We want you to, find that success with us and not get wrecked. So take advantage of all the tools here to learn and invest in yourself, believe in yourself, and meet good people here that want to help you succeed and help you learn how to succeed. And not throwing shade at any other communities, but this is the best community in crypto to be in.
No doubt, Bull. Again, bro, you're the dad of the group, man, and I say that with compassion. Not trying to bust your balls, but yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have something really different here, and I know a lot of other projects try to say that, but we've been proving that, over the last 4 or 5 months. Again, I mean, it's crazy to think we've only been around since mid-January. And we've had some amazing growth in that amount of time, and this is only the beginning. So, all right, awesome. We have another person on deck, or other questions, Bull? Go ahead.
Yeah, man. There's here in the channel from Goopy again. This guy is really asking the good questions every day now. So, what future plans are there for EMP token, like new use cases?
For sure. So again, I love when people ask, the right questions, and we would never not answer a question, transparently, and with the future in mind. So yeah, we have a lot of upcoming use cases for EMP. We went over a lot of it yesterday in the AMA. Again, I would encourage you to go back and listen to the timestamp. It was about halfway through, but I'll give a little bit of an overview. Really, it's about creating terminal use case, and what that means is a way to have EMP and eShare be more valuable by holding it than selling it. So there's a lot of ways that we can accomplish this. One of the biggest ways is through our treasury and hypothecation. Once we build a large treasury, that treasury can actually produce yield, which is fresh income coming into the protocol. And again, the fancy word for that is hypothecation. And so, there could be opportunity through that to distribute, a dividend or a reward to those that are in the ecosystem. And really, EMP alone, just through what we want to do with our lending protocol. So I know I've talked about this a lot. Um, the two largest income producing things in the world is lending and borrowing and insurance. So lending and borrowing is a huge part of uh, what we have coming next. Again, I've been behind the scenes working on partnerships and deals that I wish I could tell you about. But they're industry leaders. And again, we have to make sure our infrastructure is in place before we implement lending and borrowing. But what it would be is you'd actually be able to leverage your LPs, which is another reason why we say it's always best to start an EMP LP. Um, and then you'd actually be able to borrow against your LP positions, which again would be really attractive right now while we're low, because now you're borrowing an appreciating asset, which again means that that's what the rich do. You follow what the rich do, and again, there's tax benefits, there's a bunch of shit. So again, I don't want to go too far into it, but having EMP be able to be collateralized or borrowing against your LP, that's an inherent use case in EMP alone. So that's a big one. Again, we have a lot of other unique ideas, whether it be through play to earn or the metaverse. Again, I think those are, buzzwords that are thrown around. But we have the connections and, the relationships to actually pull that off. So yeah, there'll be plenty of use case coming to EMP. But right now, the use case of EMP is farming eShares, and eShares use case is making you more EMP. So those are really the two, things that you got to focus on at the moment. And once we move into phase two, then we'll have a lot more on the docket, as far as use case. So hope that answers your question. Goopy, always appreciate you coming in, and you're fairly new too. I think Goopy's only been around for about a week or two, so I'd love to see him or her super active. So, yeah. Anything you want to add to that, Bull?
Yeah, thank you, AJ. I would just, one more dad in the room type of comments, but just remember, you have a limited amount of time and energy in a day, so try not to focus on the what if, focus on the what is. Because as AJ said, what are the use cases for eShares EMP right now? Don't waste energy trying to think about what's going to happen in 6 months or a year, and that's not telling you not to plan, but it is telling you to focus on what's right in front of you right now. Because when people ask what if, well, what ends up happening is you get paralyzed with kind of analysis paralysis, because there's too many options and there's a million things in between what if and what if. But if you focus on what is, it's binary. It's either on or off, yes or no, and then you know what you need to do. Do you do it or don't you do it? So just try to remember, spend your energy focused on what is, not what if.
That's an amazing point, Bull. Thank you for bringing that up. I know I love your expression, analysis paralysis, and that happens. I know. I was talking with some of my whale friends, and this was before the crypto apocalypse. But they were like, man, I want to get in, but I'm trying to wait for a pullback. And the beautiful part about EMP is that you're able to earn, anywhere from 0.2% all the way up to, 1% a day, especially when, e-shares are more expensive. And that yield through the APR, that makes up for any volatility that you may see in, the price. So, I think that, again, people kind of get caught up on waiting and waiting and waiting until, all the stars align. But if you do that too long, then you're actually making less and you're kind of, being left behind. And I think another big misconception especially with algorithmic projects like we are, is that they think they're too late. I see it all the time. Even some of my really good friends, it's like they're in and they want to invite their friends, but they say, well, we're too late to the party. It's like, no, I mean, if this was a meme token or an NFT project with no use case, like, yeah, I mean, I get what you mean by, it's usually the ones that get in early make the most, and we're exit liquidity for everybody else. But with EMP and algo projects, that could not be more farther from the truth. I mean, again, as long as you're in and doing the right strategies, it doesn't matter when you get in, because again, you're earning through those APRs. So, sure,
It matters when you do. It matters when you do. Not,
exactly. Yes.
you cannot build your life around good intentions and meaning tos. It's all done with the do. And I've talked about this in the past on AMAs, but I'll talk about it just a little bit, AJ, if you don't mind, for the newer people.
Yeah, please, bro. Go ahead. Yes.
Okay. So I've mentioned a number of times that I've been in this space since 2013. So a lot of people think, whoa, you must have $50 million. I don't. I don't, because I was one of those people with analysis paralysis, and that's how I learned about it. Was I would constantly research, and then I would never do. And that's the problem, is that in crypto, most things are time sensitive. This isn't a call to tell you to ape into anything either. It's a call to invest in your time and believe in yourself and invest in yourself. But so it wasn't until a few years ago that I was talking with my wife, and I said, yeah, I'm a procrastinator. And she said, I've been thinking about that. You're not actually a procrastinator. You're just not a finisher. And I've used this expression to AJ before, is that if you look at your road or your investment life like a road, we've all been on shitty roads where there's potholes and cracks, and you can't quite drive your vehicle the right way. You get there, but you can't quite get there in the way that you want. But because an unfinished road, a crappy road, is that 80%. When they freshly lay down a road and it's perfect and there's no bumps, there's no cracks, it looks nice, the lines are fresh, everything's perfect. That 20% is the do. It's the resurfacing of the road, it's the finishing of an idea, it's something, the time you've spent, that 80% has come to fruition, where you've put in the time to learn the protocol, learn about your bad habits and break them, and then learn that, oh, wow, I do believe in myself. I can do this. I don't need to have, an Albert Einstein level IQ. It's all about consistency and the belief in yourself and creating those good habits. But that's the 20%. It's the doing. It is really nice to think that things will get accomplished with luck and just that 80% and not having to do too much or not investing in it. But when you sit down and you take the time to do the math and figure out how things work, invest in this community, you listen to the AMAs, your life your crypto life will be transformed. And then you can tell yourself, like, wow, I never realized, like, this was the work you have to put into crypto to be successful. Because what we hear, like in the news articles all the time, is it's so easy to become a crypto millionaire because this guy bought Doge, for 0.001 cent, and he put in $1,000, and now he has $2 million. And everybody thinks it's easy because they don't write articles about the 100,000 people who lost. They write the one article about the one person that won. And the beauty about, like, at EMP here is this is a win-win system. If you learn the system, you learn how to maximize your investment and protect your investment, to invest in your investment, and take the time to learn and believe in yourself. You'll be amazed at the power of what a win-win system can do versus a lose-win system like an arbitrage coin. So hopefully that's clear and helpful.
That was
Right, and
amazing.
so to build on that, if you're unsure what to do, a closed mouth don't get fed. We want you to win. So if you ask us, any of the army or anybody, I mean, the community's so helpful, man. We want you to win. So we have no problem taking the time to help you come up with a strategy. So if you're ever unsure what to do, don't let that be your downfall. You know what I'm saying? Because we're always more than willing to help.
Absolutely, Jesse, and that is it's true. Again, like both said, it's a the do because I know a lot of people. Again, even some back to the whole friends of mine thing. It's like they wish they would have just pulled the trigger, gotten it earlier. Even if ETH was at a higher price point, they would have been able to out earn any of that volatility just through the APRs alone. And again, even if you don't take anything to heart of what Bull and Jesse just said, the markets are at what I see as literally a bottom or at least close to a bottom. So even if you take all that out of consideration and you are looking for the best possible entry, now would be the time. So again, not financial advice, unless Jesse's giving it to you, then it is, right, bro?
100%. Listen, listen.
Yeah.
You gotta definitely is the a wonderful time. If you ask me, the more scared people are, the more bad articles you see, the more it's time to get in. It's when everyone is exuberant is when you get nervous. But in a system like this, like he said, he wishes his well friends got in earlier because we're earning daily APR. So we're DCAing every day, constantly on a regular basis, all day, every day. You're DCAing into the farm. So and every time you click that compound button, you're DCAing. And they said with nodes you're 4x. With detonator you're 365. I mean, it's and with compounding, it really gets silly. So even if you're never going to try to catch a falling knife. Even if we have more downside, if you believe ETH is the future, there is no wrong time to get in the EMP.
That is so true, brother. Absolutely. Amen. We're Jesse's preaching today. So yeah, totally. And it's true. I mean, those of you that have been around over the last 2 months, because when EMP launched, ETH was somewhat discounted. And there was a point where, we almost touched about 4,000, our actual $1 peg, $4,000 ETH, before this recent pullback. And the LP positions that had grown were just absolutely massive. So, those of you that are here now, again, you get that same opportunity because, in another 6 months, a year at the most, I think that we're going to be hitting all-time highs yet again. And now is when you put in the work to experience those gains. So, awesome. Yeah. All right, killer. Bull, we got any more questions, bro? Oh, we lost Bull.
I'm here. Sorry, I just couldn't get it unmuted fast enough.
Yeah, no worries, man. Yeah, I got time
I
for
don't
like two or three more. We're going on about an hour. But yeah, is there any other ones or?
I don't see anything. For me, like I do preach about like taking advantage of opportunity a lot because I do this in real life where I talk to people and I hear almost every person say, well, I heard about Bitcoin when it was $100, a dollar, and I could have done this, I could have done that. And this is the reason I speak the way I do, because I hear this all the time. And the reality is none of us have time machines to go back and buy that. And the chances are that most people that bought Bitcoin at a dollar sold it at $2, and they would have lost it. So the opportunity today is way better than it was 10 years ago or 8 years ago, 5 years ago or 3 years ago. And that's why you take advantage of the opportunity when it's in front of you. That is a call to educate yourself, invest in yourself, and believe in yourself.
Totally, bro. Absolutely. I did see one quick question in regards to Detonator. Again, I'm not here to compare Detonator to other projects. I think that's a slippery slope. I have nothing but love for the other projects that are out there doing great things, and I'm involved in those projects as well. But what the root of the question is what incentivizes new deposits into Detonator? So again, we go over this at length in previous AMAs and even in our white paper. But one of the major things that is different about Detonator as opposed to other LP contracts or ROI contracts is we have a multiplier, and not only do we have a multiplier, but we have not implemented the multiplier yet. So the idea of a multiplier, that's not necessarily a new idea, but I think a lot of projects implement it way too soon. Um, and so we're able to pull that lever when we need to. So we've seen some amazing organic growth in Detonator, and the pool balance has been continuing to go up day after day, week after week. But when we see it level off, we are able to implement the multiplier. What that does is for any new deposits, you can get up to, we would start really low, again, not to have an unfair advantage, but say for every $100 new deposit, you actually get credit for $105 or $110. And what this does is it would create a whole new round of fresh capital entering the protocol, and it wouldn't dilute everybody else. So when multipliers are implemented too early, it literally dilutes everybody already in the contract unnecessarily. So and that's what you've seen in some other contracts where, unless you're compounding every single day forever, you can't keep up because the multiplier is just out of control. So the idea is that you only implement the multiplier when you need to, and those that are compounding are still able to keep up. But if you're doing the 5-2 strategy or the 6-1 strategy, where it's healthy to claim, once or twice a week as a paycheck, then again, Detonator continues to pay you out without leaving you in the dust, so to speak. So yeah, hopefully that helps clear it up. Again,
Yeah.
I would say if you still have questions, please read the white paper in depth on Detonator, or yeah, Bull, you want to add to that at all?
No, man,
I,
that's spot
I
on
do.
as usual. Okay, go ahead.
I like to add to that, and that's if not being tied to ETH isn't powerful enough. Um,
Yes,
Catherine
Jesse.
Wood from Catherine Wood from ARK Invest. I mean, I'm sure most of us in the crypto space, we all know who Michael Saylor is, but Catherine Wood actually invested in the Bitcoin before he did. But they have to keep a weighted portfolio, so it's a little different. But their crypto analyst is expecting Bitcoin to hit $1 million in less than 5 years. And they said that when Bitcoin hits $1 million, Ethereum is on track to hit 180,000. So I'm not saying that they're right. I mean, I'm sure we all heard analysts or whatever, and I could buy some Ethereum and sit it on the sideline and hope that it even hits half of that. But being in the detonator and it hits half of that, man, that's an incentive.
Hell yeah. There's a couple questions on YouTube, AJ, if you can get to those
All right. Yep.
tonight.
Can you read them to me, Bull? I'm on another window right now. I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
going
for
through
sure,
the
man.
other questions too. All right, go ahead, bro.
Yep.
Yep.
This is from Scott Monroe. When do VIP opportunities get announced, and where do we look for it?
Yeah, so awesome question. So yeah, again, we have one coming up. I'm gonna try to do one more round before we go live with the Pulse project. So yeah, we'll announce it in our Telegram and our Discord. Usually it's a Google Doc that you have to submit. There'll be a 24-hour window or a 48-hour window at the most. We purposely keep the window really short because again, we reward those that are most active in the protocol and in our socials and everything else. So again, we'll shoot it out to everybody. It's a simple Google Doc. You just provide your Telegram or Discord name. It doesn't have to be a real name. We don't ask for any personal info, and just your wallet address. And so we go through and look at the history of your wallet, make sure you're, doing what we recommend. Again, and it doesn't mean you can't take profits. I mean, we like to see profit taking as long as that profit taking is healthy for the protocol. So, I just want to make that perfectly clear. There's no kind of, gated entry. It's simply about making sure that you're, being a good actor, and we're not a police state here. I mean, it's not ruling with iron fist. It's simply giving a better opportunity to those that do the right thing and, act like there is always somebody watching. And so I think it's really healthy for the protocol and healthy for our community as well. So yeah, we'll open that up. Again, I'd say it'll probably be before the end of May. We'll have another opportunity to submit, and again, I'll mention it in the AMA so nobody misses it. And then yeah, those that submit and do qualify will again be added to the VIP. And we're doing an overhaul in the VIP as well. I think we're gonna try to make it a little more organized and have it both on Telegram and Discord. Because right now, the main VIP is on Telegram, so we want to make sure that we give those on Discord the same opportunity. So yeah, is that it, Bull? Did I answer it?
Yeah, perfect, man.
Okay.
And so next one is a comment and then a question from Paris Law. Love the system. Are there any plans on creating a charity program to donate to worthy causes around the world?
Wow, that's a great suggestion. So, yeah, I mean, we definitely support, some nonprofits. I know I am involved with one in the Drip Network for providing wells. So yeah, I mean, that's a great point. We can definitely look into that. I'll be happy to look into projects or causes that we can donate to as a community. I just, again, there are a lot of projects that say that they donate to charity, especially a lot of these meme coins that have an element of charity built into the protocol, but then they're not delivering. They pocket that money, which is just sick. So yeah, I definitely like the idea of supporting charities, but I would want to do it in a way that is verifiable and that we know for a fact it's going to the right hand. So yeah, I'll put
You mean
that
like
on my list.
there's a good charity called the Human Fund we should look into.
Yeah, the Human Fund, exactly. Yeah, Costanza and the Human
Yeah.
Fund. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I don't see any. I'm scrolling through the channel here, and I don't see anything on Discord, and I don't see anything more on YouTube, and so
Yeah, I think that was it. I was looking over on Discord, but I don't see any other news. So yeah, no
you know what?
doubt.
I had a
Go ahead,
question
Bull.
for you. I had
Yeah,
a question, AJ.
yeah, man.
Why is it healthy to be below peg?
For sure, man. So again, another awesome question, and it's about asking the right question. So um, it's been really healthy for us to be below peg for many reasons, and really it boils down to the way the economics of our system are designed. So um, by being below peg, that the inflation stops, meaning the boardroom doesn't print anymore. And by doing that, that means that the EMP that is in the ecosystem, that is all the EMP that can be bought or sold. Again, and it's why nodes and detonator is really powerful because a lot of that EMP is locked up into those other contracts. And so, if we're below peg, there's no inflation happening. Anybody selling EMP or taking profits in EMP, they are literally, like I said earlier, selling their ownership of the protocol because there's only so much EMP even available. And so being below peg is a way for the system to protect itself. And it really is a good opportunity for us to um, pull back and have the next leg up. So I talked about this a few AMAs ago. You know, a coin cannot go up and to the right, parabolic forever. And so the idea is that you want it to go up and to the right forever, but over a long period of time. So we're gonna have peaks and valleys. Again, look at Bitcoin, look at ETH, look at every top 100 project. If you zoom out the entire way, 99% of them go up and to the right. So, but if you zoom in and look at shorter time frames, it could look like a mess. I mean, it goes up and down all the time. So, with our protocol, having us be below peg is a really great thing to educate people on why they don't want to be so heavily rated in the boardroom. We're still seeing it day after day, and again, I think it boils down to the lack of education. Um, but your e-shares become, a lot less valuable when the boardroom is not printing. So we need to be below peg every now and then to remind people of that because if you're solely in the boardroom trying to earn more EMP to then dump it on everybody, in the long run, you're going to get diluted. And when we're not printing, like over the last, again, 4 or 5 days going on a week, you're not earning anything. Being 100% in e-shares, you're literally not earning at all. And if anything, you're losing because the price of e-share is going down. And the APR is not earning you anything, and that's why we say again and again and again, the best place to be first is in the farms because no matter what the peg is and no matter what the market conditions are, you're able to earn your e-shares. So yeah, again, that was a little bit long-winded, but Bull, you want to add to that, or did that help?
Of course.
Uh,
Yeah, that's really great. And I'm going to give my weather analogy that I like
yes,
to give on
or
this.
the peg wave, right? The peg wave. Go ahead, bro. Yeah.
Right. The peg wave. It can't you can't surf on a wave forever. At some point, it comes down. But I like to point out to people that if you lived in a place where the weather was perfect every day, you would never know. You would just consider that normal. And then when something happens, you might not know how to respond, but you get desensitized and you get people do get lazy, and because that's just how people are, they forget about the really good things in front of them all the time. It's the easiest thing in your life to ignore. But when we have weather is a really good one to see because you have good days and bad days, just like you do with your emotions. But if we can learn how to deal with the weather, we can learn how to deal with our emotions, both the up and the down, and try to level that off and not have it play an impact on you. Because if you're aware of both sides of this peg wave, the ups and the downs, you can prepare for that. But if you just come in and we're on that 50-day peg wave, you're going to think, wow, this is never going to end. But so we have to take the time to experience both the up and the down so that we can prepare for what's to come, because at some point we do go below and then sometime we do go above. But when you experience those things, like everything in between, you can learn how to strategize and fix like your emotions, just like you would wear a raincoat on a rainy day, or a coat on a snowy day, or shorts on a hot day. You can learn to plan for that. So just like you can change your clothing, you can change your emotions when you're investing if you know what to expect.
Brilliant. Again, another amazing, story slash education from Bull. I mean, again, if you guys are on this AMA, and there was for the 50 of you now, there was like 70 of you earlier. Anybody that's on here listening to this, I mean, you are so far ahead of the game when it comes to DeFi and learning and crypto in general. It gets me so hyped when Bull lays it down like that. And if that's not easy for you to understand, then I don't know what is. I mean, Bull, you have an amazing way of explaining things, and I told you that from the very first time I met you. And when you decided to do, your YouTube channel, the way that you, approach thoughts and crypto specifically is just so refreshing because you make it a lot more approachable for people. So shout out
Well,
to
I
you,
care.
Bull. Yeah, bro.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah,
I care. Like I don't you know, like you say, AJ, I don't expect profits from the work of others, but I'm happy to share what I learned because I want to see everybody succeed because I want to see this industry succeed, and I want to stamp out like all the bad actors or change them into good actors. I don't want to stamp them out. That's not fair. I want to show them that there's a better way, and we can accomplish that here by understanding we're a family, we got each other's back. And I think most people that have been here for a while really see that, and there's something special. And this is not just bullshit. This is like if you look at my YouTube channel, it's true. Like everything I say, I am very genuine. Like I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm never going to promise you money. None of my videos are about that. I'm never going to tell you you're going to make this. And anybody that ever calls me on Telegram or Discord, I think would echo the same thing. I've never promised anybody any type of gains because I don't think it's the right thing to do. I'll show them how to make gains, and I'm happy to do that because I want to see people do well in this world, so that they can transform the world out here, and starting with themselves, because that's the only thing we can control is ourself. We can't. That's how you impact the real world system is you earn in here, you learn in here, you fix your problems here, um, and then port that out to the real world, and spread good things.
for sure, bro. No doubt. Awesome, Bull. All right, I saw two more questions. I want to do rapid fire real fast, and then
Yep.
we'll wrap it up if there's nobody else around. But one of the things I want to say is about the boardroom itself. So all this talk about PEG, again, we're over PEG, and we at 9 p.m. Eastern, which again 17 minutes ago, we the boardroom is now active. So we did not print the previous cycle, but this epoch, the boardroom is live. So again, just to reiterate a little bit, as I know some newcomers have never seen how the boardroom works. The thing you want to focus on is the time weighted average price, or TWAP, and you can see that number at the very middle top of the boardroom screen. And as long as that number is 1.01 or higher, that means that the boardroom is active. Now, that number has to be active during that 6 hour cycle. So every epoch is 6 hours. Now, how we could go below peg in TWAP, and then recover it by the time the epoch ends, and it would still print. So again, now the boredom is active. So as long as we are at 1.01 by the time this cycle ends, even if we drop down below in the meantime, as long as it happens at the end of the window, then the boredom will print. So this will be a lot easier to see in our new UI. Again, I know it's kind of a hard concept to understand. It's not like the farms. In the farms, you get your emissions, every 10 seconds, or every block in the chain. But with the boardroom, it's based on the epoch cycle. So again, it's whatever the TWAP is at the end of those 6 hour increments. So again, if we maintain here, which it looks pretty healthy, we may, then we'll see it print. Now, one more thing to note as far as printing is because we've been below peg, there's what's called a payback phase, and the payback phase is where a portion of the boardroom prints go to the treasury or the contract to pay back the bonds. So when you redeem bonds at a higher price, that EMP has to come from somewhere. So we can't just mint it out of thin air. So it has to come from the boardroom print. So the APR in the boardroom will be a little bit reduced because again, we're in the payback phase. But once all those bonds are paid back and accounted for, and again, that doesn't necessarily mean that the bonds are redeemed. It just means that there's enough in that portion of the contract to redeem bonds. Then we go what we call full burr, and that means that we print at 100% emissions through the boardroom, and that's when the APR gets insane. So again, and that ties into the next question of why are e-shares so volatile? How can they go up and down, 40, 50% in a day? And the answer to that is because of the boardroom. E-shares get their value from the boardroom. So I don't know, Machu, are you there? I don't want to put you on the spot, bro, but Machu does an amazing job explaining where e-shares get their value. So let me see if he's on. If not, I'll try to explain it.
Take a crack at it, bro.
All right, yeah, I don't want to put Machu on the spot. So, and again, he can come in and elaborate, or if you go through our old AMAs, he does an amazing job from a pure math standpoint. But again, the value of each share is based on the boardroom printing. So it's based on pure numbers. So there is a
Can I explain it?
yeah, you want to go for it, MR? Go ahead, man.
Man, when eShares is printing, if that stuff if that's up like between 2 and 5% per day, like obviously eShares becomes highly valuable because you put that in the boardroom and you get 2 to 5% per day. Like right now, it's not printing nothing, so but people are anticipating that pay, so they're buying them up in order to get the big boardroom prints,
For sure, bro. So that plays into the speculation aspect. But based on the numbers alone, again, as our expansion rate goes up, and through the controlled inflation of the boardroom, there is an inherent value given to e-shares alone when the boardroom is printing. So again, off the top of my head, that number is like 4 or 5 thousand bucks. Just based on the again, like MR said, producing 1 or 2% a day in new EMP. So again, I'm a more of a big picture guy, and again, we never suggest to ape into eShare. It's about farming eShare, but eShare is really what determines the value of the whole protocol. So and again, this plays into why we say don't sell your EMP, because then it makes the boardroom not print, and then in turn lowers the value of shares. So when you're in the farm, the APR is directly related to the price of eShare. So the higher the price of eShare, the higher your APR, and the more you're earning from a dollar perspective every single day. So um, a very complex system that one thing relies on the success of another. And so once you finally wrap your head around that, then you really understand why it's so important to go into the EMP LP pools to, again, make more money over the long run. So, all right, sorry, I hope I didn't butcher that. But go ahead, Bull. You want to add to that at all?
Yeah. So basically, it depends. Real simple. It depends on how much EMP is actually going to be printed during the epoch or the 4 epochs during the day, in relation to what the eShare price is, because the eShare price will determine the APR in the boardroom. But the price of eShares is really dependent upon what the market believes that they're worth, because they believe that 2% or 3% or 5% in the boardroom will translate out to a fair market value of something for eShares. So whatever the print cycle, the amount of EMP that'll be printed in an epoch will determine what the market decides that the eShare value price will be, and the eShare value price will determine the APR in the boardroom.
Perfect. Yep, absolutely. That's a great way, much more concise. And again, if you look at it a little bit at a higher overview, it's almost like an arbitrage opportunity, meaning, again, the value of eShare is derived from the amount that you can earn with that eShare. So you're betting on, again, for lack of a better word, you're betting on the success of the protocol by betting on eShare. So if you think we're going to be around, you think we're going to print more than we don't, then that gives eShare more of an inherent value because it's an income producing asset. So again, I mean, just like rental property, or to compare it to the real world, eShare is an income producing asset. You make EMP with your eShare, therefore there will always be some sort of value given to that eShare, and the more you're able to earn with that eShare, the higher the price of eShare. So it's a really positive feedback loop once you understand what economics are really happening. And again, there's a lot of other things that play into it. The circulating supply has a lot to do with it. Again, we're 1/3 the max supply of any other tomb fork. And typically, the lower the supply, the less coins there are to go around, the higher the inherent value. So, I mean, Tomb T-share was 20, 30 grand at one point. So the sky is the limit once the ecosystem is functioning, on all cylinders. So yeah, that was a great recap of why e-shares are so important and where the value comes from. And yeah, all right, awesome.
And
Oh,
just
yeah,
remember,
yeah,
if you protect the EMP ETH LP, your eShares will have more utility, which will give them more value because it'll bring in more people, more capital, and the detonator will grow, your farms will grow, and when the eShare price is high, the APRs are high. So just keep that in mind.
absolutely, Bill. And again, I know a lot of you newcomers will see this in action over the next few weeks. And once you finally see it happen, that you get that what I call the light bulb moment, where you finally understand what we're trying to say, and why we suggest not taking profit on EMP directly and instead using it to build your positions. And the one last thing I want to mention was there is a finite amount of eShare that is emitted every day. So it's about 62. So 62 eShares are minted every day in the boardroom. Again, they're already minted. They're just in a contract. So they're emitted is really the correct term. But yeah, they're only a certain amount of e-shares that even go into the ecosystem every day, which again is why they become very sought after, because if there's more demand for those e-shares, then only the 62 that are entering the ecosystem every day, then the price usually goes up. Again, just to go back to your college class on supply and demand. There's a lot of economic models that give eShare value. So, all right, awesome. I hope that was a deep dive on eShare. Any other questions, Bull, or any other?
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
if I could read one, it's multi-parted, but maybe if you just answer the first part, that'll take care of all of the questions. So it said, AJ, have you? And I'm sorry, this is from Cryptonaut. Have you ever thought of running a limited time growth blitz promotion using the lottery? For example, referrals can earn you a lottery ticket up to X per day.
So yeah, that is a good thought. The way that the detonator contract works, we're not able to just give away tickets like that, which is a good thing. Again, that plays into decentralization and what you would want to see in a contract, because it keeps it transparent and not exploitable. So we're not able to necessarily give out tickets in that manner, but we would be able to give out, like, LP or EMP, or again, frame a contest or a giveaway to accomplish the same goal. So yeah, and again, when we may again update Detonator as we go. I've always said that we have the ability to implement new changes into Detonator. If that happens, we just migrate to a new contract. It's only about an hour downtime. All the funds are SAFU. There's no, nothing really changes from a user perspective. But we may be able to implement, other incentives if we have to migrate to a new Detonator contract. So again, I never say never. But as of right now, there's no way to give tickets, and that's a bullish thing because you can literally track all of the tickets through what LP has been deposited. So no funny business going on. So did that answer it, Bull? I'm sorry. There was multiple
Yeah,
questions.
I
Okay,
think
yeah.
that's perfect. There's no monkey business allowed, right?
Right, totally.
Perfect. Do you have time for one more? Vince had his hand raised up, so are you good for one more, AJ?
Yeah, no worries. So real fast before you jump on, Vince. Oh, go ahead, bro. I'll let
Don't
you go
worry about
first.
it.
Go ahead, man. Yeah.
So don't worry about it. It's not that really relevant anymore. You kind of touched on everything
You sure,
that
bro?
I
Go
was
ahead,
going
man.
to.
I got time for you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
What I was going to say is when Bull was talking about giving his analogy about bad weather days and how it's actually not good to always be above peg and see the good times, and I was just going to kind of put my little spin on it because it's really helped me learn to manage my emotions in crypto since I've been involved in it for 5 years. And quick background, I got into crypto accidentally. I accidentally stumbled into about 12 Bitcoin in January of 2017. Well, for those old heads and intermediate level experienced folks, you know what happened that year. That's the year it really kind of took off. So I was like, oh man, this is awesome. Oh man, this is going to be like this. It's just going to go up and up and up and up and up and up. And by the end of the year, when it ended the year, around 13, 14,000, but it surged and damn near touched 20,000 or something, real for a hot second. And all I knew was it going up and to the right, that just straight parabolic up and to the right. And like you were saying, AJ, that's not good. It needs to be some dips, some peaks and valleys. And then January 2018 hit, and the market loses like 80% of its value in like a week or something like that. Crypto winter.
For sure, bro.
And I was like, I was in grad school at the time, and my classmates.
Crypto winter, baby. That's why you got to change your clothes.
Man, I saw my little Bitcoin was like $800 when I got into it. So I saw my little $9,000 portfolio surge to about 350 grand by December. And I had bought a whole lot of other stuff, man. I was just aping into stuff, man. I was just so geeked about crypto, and I was telling everybody who would listen, even if they wouldn't listen, I was telling, man, y'all need to get in this. You need to get in this. I was telling my classmates in class, and a lot of them laughed at me and said, oh, that's some hocus pocus shit. That's not going to be around. But a couple of my professors would be like, no, you need to listen to Mr. Armstrong. This is crypto is going to be here. And, I was getting an MBA. So, professors are like, hey, y'all are business students, man. Y'all need to be open to any new trends that are going to affect business and finance and the way we do things. And crypto is definitely going to be one of them. But, people laughed at me until they started seeing my account surge, 9,000, 15,000, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000. When it hit 100, then a bunch of people like, hey, man, what do I got to do to get some of that Bitcoin stuff? And then it went to 2, it went to 3, and 350, and then it crashed. So long story short, when it crashed, I was devastated. I was like, man, you dumbass, you should have done what people are like, man, you do this, do that, take that money out, invest it, buy a house, just all kind of stuff. And I'm like, damn, I had $350,000, and now it's down to like 30K, and I was sick. And I sold a bunch of stuff. I just was like, man, I'm getting rid of I got rid of everything. So my Bitcoin, my Ethereum, and my XRP. I think I had some Dash at the time. I kept that, but Litecoin. But I was like, well, don't be totally stupid, Vince. Hold on to the ones that everybody's saying gonna be around. The Bitcoin and the Ethereum, and I just personally believed in XRP because I saw what it could do, and then just it started to come back, and I'd be like, oh well, damn, maybe I shouldn't have sold, oh damn, this rebounded nicely, and just over the next 4 years, it did that every year. There's gonna be a few crashes during the year. There'll be a few surges during the year where it'll hit all-time highs, and I guess my point, I'll wrap this up. My point is, it took me about 3 years to understand that and learn that, hey man, don't be emotional. Like when the market's down, don't get so geeked and happy and excited when the market's up, because then you become damn near suicidal when the market crashes. And seriously, people with this Terra Luna fiasco this last week, there's a lot of people contemplating suicide behind that. And I just, and this is mainly for the newer people. I know the, experienced people already kind of know how to deal with this. And, just to kind of manage your expectations, just know that it's never as good as you think it is, and it's never as bad as you think it is. And one thing you got to do is just kind of be patient, be cool, do like Bull said earlier this week, have a plan for when it's good, and definitely have a plan for when it's bad. Because when it's bad, you tend to get emotional and you make dumb decisions like I did. It cost me about $500,000, and if I'd held on to my Dogecoin, I still had it last year. I sold all that stuff. And I'm just kind of rambling on right now, but it's kind of just, my point is, right now, actually, and I hope we'll get to talk. Some of y'all, if y'all remember me talking and saying this tonight, and 6 months, a year and a half from now, if you can remember, I want you to say, hey, Vince, I remember that night you told us your little story, your little testimony, and you said, this is actually the best time for you new people to be getting into this in a down market. You're seeing kind of the worst of things, because when it gets better, you'll see that, oh, damn, as bad as it was, and everybody, a lot of people were jumping off cliffs, or, oh, here's when Bitcoin and crypto is really going to crash for good. And then when it doesn't, it comes back, and you're like, oh, okay. So, don't give in to the FUD. Don't give in to FOMO. Just kind of keep an even keel. And the best way to do that is to have a plan for all situations, and just kind of know that it's just kind of going to always be somewhere in the middle, no matter where it is. And you're in, like Bull said, like AJ said earlier, when you look at the close snapshot of where we are now, yeah, it sucks. But when you zoom back and look at the last 10 years of the trend line, it's steadily going up. It's just a nice, with some little dips and peaks here, but it's still going up and to the right. But when you zoom in and you see those deep valleys like we're in now, man, it's like, oh man, this sucks. My portfolio's down 60-70%. So anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling. I hope y'all got something out of that a little bit. It made a little bit of sense. That's just my 2 cents. I always try to throw something in that kind of, I think, will help newer people. Because I know if somebody had told me something like that a few years ago, I wouldn't have had the sleepless nights and checking my Coinbase or my Delta, and refreshing every 10 minutes, watching it and freaking out and full of anxiety. I'm like, that shit isn't healthy. So anyway, that's all I got. Thanks for your time, people.
Awesome, Vince. Hell yeah, man. No, I appreciate you giving us your background and a little bit of the story. And again, I mean, you hear this, and if you don't internalize it and take it to heart, it goes in one ear and out the other. But I can attest to everything Vince said. I know a lot of us OGs that have been around since 2014 to 2017. He's 100% right. I mean, again, that the crypto winter was a bad one. I mean, we were in a bear market for years, which again, hopefully, I'm a believer of shortening cycles. I don't think we're going to see that again, but the volatility we definitely see. And again, as crypto grows and the market cap grows, the volatility theoretically will get less, but over time, again, it's that up and to the right, and why we say from day one is about having a long-term mindset. Because a month ago you would have gotten an EMP, with ETH falling out and the rest of the market. If you did get emotional and sold, we've seen a lot of it. I mean, on the charts, even whales. I mean, they're trying to swing trade or get in and out. And this algo project is not a project that you want to be getting in and out of over and over. I mean, we've seen multiple accounts that have gotten in early, they've left, and then have to buy back in at a higher price. So, and to Bull's point earlier about analysis paralysis, if you're getting in and out, then those are days that you're not earning in the farms and you're not earning any of the APR. So, again, the idea is to get in and be here for the long run because you can make a killing on the other side. So. All right.
I think that's
Yeah.
great, AJ.
Yeah.
I mean, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say absolutely. There was one more thing I want to mention too. Not to change topics again, but I saw some questions about bond redemption. So yeah, we again, like I said earlier, we have to get through the payback phase before you're able to redeem bonds. And then once you are able to redeem bonds, you don't want to be redeeming bonds at 0.01. I mean, again, there's no point of having bonds. You want to wait till we're at like, 0.1 or higher, because that's really when you get the largest bonus under bonds. So, and again, bonds can be, you may be holding onto bonds for a while. That's the downside to bonds, is that they can be a little bit illiquid, meaning, if we're bouncing around peg until we really healthily recover, you have to kind of sit on those bonds. But we have other mechanics in the works. Again, I mentioned the OTC counter many times, or an internal swap. And we also have some ideas on how to make bonds a little bit more liquid, where you'd be able to swap bonds to nodes or to something else, that you're not locked into those bonds over the long term. But just remember, bonds are a badge of honor. If you have bonds, that means that you are a good actor and that you have been, really participating in the protocol as intended. And bonds are very important for the overall health of the ecosystem. So, but yeah, back to what we were saying. Again, Vince, that was some OG knowledge, and yeah, I know the more you hear it, the more it sinks in. For me, I'm guilty, man. I've been around the block, and I'm guilty of that. Like when we're doing really well and we're euphoric, the last thing you think about is taking profits. But you really need to have a plan. So, Bull, you want to add? Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. Just to tie into that a little bit, this is why I always say make crypto friends, because making crypto friends is going to give you that sounding board that you can't have just by yourself, because you can be the smartest person in the world, but you're only one person. You're limited by time and the ability to see everything that's going on in the market. So if you can make good crypto friends, you can leverage their knowledge into better decisions. And what I mean by that too is that I have another expression I use, that when two people have a conversation, it's where those two different ideas meet, something special is created, something unique. And the space in between where those things are created is a different way to think about like what you're doing. And it is you need that in crypto because it's so fast moving. There's just TMI, there's too much information for one person to deal with. So if you make crypto friends, you can make your life easier in crypto. You can make it more enjoyable, and you can laugh with people, and you can um, just feel safer overall, and the experience is better, and you're just going to be happier in the real for it.
For sure.
Hey, Bull, let me throw one thing on that note. Jesse says that every time he comes on here, if you don't know, speak up and ask somebody. If you're not as comfortable getting on the mic and talking in front of everybody, shoot somebody a DM. But man, that's what's helped me understand this when I didn't understand it when I first got in a month and a half ago. I asked, I said, hey, I don't know. And man, I had a bunch of people step up. Charlie, Jesse, Bull, and then, people DMing me, Couch, Matsu, LA, just putting their 2 cents in, trying to help me. And I'm just like, man, I tell my wife, she saw me looking at the time clock, and she's like, what are you looking at, New Caledonia? I was like, well, hey, that's one of my new crypto friends, man. I got to see what time it is before I send him a message. It might be 4 in the morning. He's asleep. She just thinks that's the weirdest thing. But I'm like, hey, babe, crypto has made some strange relationships for me. But, it's a good thing because, I got people willing to help and educate me so that I'm doing the right thing so that we all can win. Because that's the thing. I've been watching PEG. Man, I'm like, okay, it went down. It's slowly creeping back up. And I'm looking at all these other projects way down. I'm like, damn, we're pretty solid. We're just kind of inching back up. I'm like, damn, man, okay, that just showed me we can weather bad times. And we're not even that big yet. Just imagine, we got, $500,000 TVL. Or heaven forbid we get to $1 billion. Oh, my God. And we're just doing this. Everybody doing the right thing, but we've got 50 times more people involved. Oh man, all the stuff we're talking about now. Yeah, man, we're gonna be smiling and looking pretty good. With our bank account somewhere down the line. So okay, I'm done again for real.
Oh, sounds good, Vince. No, bro, absolutely. And yeah, I mean, we build our positions now to be able to reap those rewards later. So for sure. All right, Bull. Is that it, man? I think we're gonna wrap it up. Is that any other last minute questions you see, or we're good to go?
I think we're good to go, AJ. This has been a long, I think, very helpful AMA for a lot of people. So probably just best to wrap it up here, and then, as you say, same time tomorrow, and do it all over again.
Yeah, for sure, brother. So yeah, again, we're looking really strong. PEG is holding up nicely. Don't be discouraged if we go below PEG. The market is still a mess. Even though, again, not financial advice, but I think we're probably through the worst of it. I'm not a TA guy, meaning analysis, technical analysis. But yeah, I really think again we may see one more big dip and wreck everybody that's trying to long Bitcoin. But after that, I think moving through the summer and into October, November, we always see a nice rally at the end of the year. And by then, like Vince said, we could be in the $500 million to $1 billion TVL range. So just imagine that on top of the price appreciation of Ethereum itself. I mean, look out. So I'm excited. I'm bullish, and I hope all of you are too. So thanks for showing up. Another awesome day at EMP.Money, and like Paul said, we do it all over again tomorrow. So good night, good day. We'll see you tomorrow.